What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Jr. watching The Road to Beast Wars. This is just a web series. We're talking about the production of Transformers Rise of the Beast. This is episode number 68, and we are nearing the release of Transformers Rise of the Beast in theaters. It officially arrives in theaters on June 9th, Friday. However, if you're lucky enough, there is an early access fan event on June 7th. And I got my tickets for that. I got my tickets for Thursday, June 8th at the 7 p.m. IMAX show, and I'm definitely gonna watch it again a couple more times. I don't know how many times I'm gonna watch it, but with every release of Transformers, I've watched it several times. Anyways, let's talk about Unicron. This was a huge surprise when we watched the most recent trailer. I mean, they announced it right away. Ron Perlman says in the dialogue to Optimus Prime, he says, Optimus, Unicron is coming. And we actually see shots of Unicron. That's a huge unexpected surprise. Nobody saw that one coming. They kept it under wraps really well, and suddenly we got this big surprise. And wow, I couldn't believe everybody's jaw was dropped. I'm pretty positive everybody's jaw was dropped when we heard Unicron. Anyways, I just want to take a moment in this episode to talk about Unicron. For those that don't know, and you should know, Unicron made its debut in the 1986 Transformers the Movie animated film, and he was introduced, or we all know him as a planet eater. He is a massive transforming robot who eats planets, and he made his he ate Cybertron. he destroyed Cybertron and other planets, and that's all he does. He just consumes planets, and he looks like a giant planet. Okay, he essentially looks like a giant planet. And then later on in the 1986 animated movie, he transforms into a robot, and then they had to kill him from the inside. Okay, and then people have been wondering, when are they going to bring Unicron to the live action franchise? When are they going to do that? It's going to, the 5 movies in, and they haven't brought him in. And then they did, but it wasn't in the way we expected. Throughout the film Transformers Last Night, we saw these mysterious horns coming out of the ground. And then later, Quintessa, played by Gemma Chan, reveals in the mid-credits scene that we got to prepare for the coming of Unicron. The things coming out of the ground is actually Unicron's horns. And everybody's like, what? That's crazy. And then, then they ended it. Then the movie ended, and then fans were like, at least the viewers, or people who wanted to see more, were like, okay, well, we got to see Transformers 6. Michael Bay definitely got to complete the story, because they just teased it. Did they even have a script or a plan, or did they just like say, that's Unicron, let the new director deal with it? You know what I'm saying? So who knows what they're going to do with that? And there's been petitions and a lot of people talking about that. Hey, we got to see what happens next, because they teased it. Even though the last night sucked, we still want to see how they're going to pull this off. And if you don't already know, Unicron coming out of the ground was obviously inspired by Unicron in Transformers Prime, which is a great animated series. It worked. It totally worked with in the animated series Transformers Prime. Unicron came out of the ground. He's definitely a lot smaller, but it was just a different take on it, and I found that it worked, because Transformers Prime in the end was just a great animated series. However, all the fans wanted to see Unicron done proper in live action form. If you're gonna do it right. Do it the G1 version, right? And it looks like they're actually doing it. Check this out. We got 3 different shots of Unicron. We got 2 up close shots of Unicron. I guess those are his eyes, which to me actually looks a little bit too small. If he's going to be the size of planets, that's way too small. But anyways, we don't even know if 100% sure if those are actually even Unicron's eyes, or if it's another set of smaller eyes so he can communicate to Scourge. In any case, those are 2 shots of Unicron. Then we finally get the actual shot of what we know him as. I know it's a little bit different, but that's Unicron right there consuming a planet. It's definitely not Earth. It doesn't look like the moon either. I also don't think that Unicron is actually consuming any of the planets in our solar system. That would be like pretty wild, unless he actually does. I don't. Here's my take on Unicron. Okay, this is what this video is about. I want to give you my take on how I think they're going to do Unicron, speculation, if you will. Unicron's not is going to only show up in the atmosphere of Earth. Okay, because obviously they got to stop him. If Earth is consumed by Unicron, there's no movie, there's no Transformers 8 or the next installment of the sequel. So this is kind of just for the fans. In a way, it's kind of like fan service. I don't want to call it fan service. Fan service sounds like it's just a negative term, but it's just something that they decided to bring in, and it showing it in the trailer will definitely reel the fans in, especially G1 fans, because they want to see how Unicron is going to be done in live action form. The thing is that, like I said, he's not going to mess with any of the planets in our solar system. At least I don't think so. If anything, he's going to take up Pluto, the smallest planet, which I think that astronomers, astrologists, scientists, they declared that it's not even a planet, it's too small to be a planet's moon. And in any case, or it's going to take out other moons, but definitely not other actual planets in our solar system, okay? I think it's just going to make its way to Earth. We're going to see him up there in the atmosphere, but he's not going to actually do anything. Somehow they're going to find a way to repel him, okay? But here's my big issue with Unicron, okay? Honestly, it's a nice, pleasant surprise, but at the same time, I don't want to see Unicron this early. I actually want to see Unicron in I mean, if you're gonna call this a trilogy, this new trilogy, Bumblebee, Rise of the Beast, and then whatever's next, that I would like them to see him in the third film. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that, and the reason why is because, like, it's a little bit too busy. There's a lot going on here. We got Terracons, we got Predacons, we probably got some Decepticons, and it's probably something else. But Unicron is huge. I thought Unicron would be its own movie. You know what I'm saying? And you got to remember that I believe that Unicron is mentioned to Optimus Prime by Optimus Primal at the second act of the film. The first act takes place in New York. The second act takes place in Peru, and the third act is the final battle, which will take up a big chunk of the film. So it's in the middle of the film where Optimus Primal reveals to Optimus Prime that Unicron is coming. So we're only going to see a little bit of him, okay? And some of the scenes that we've seen in the trailer are pretty much that's all we're going to get. But it's a very, very, it's definitely, that's not the end of Unicron. We're definitely going to see him again. It's just kind of like a teaser, if you will, kind of like the Infinity Gauntlet. But so with that being said, Unicron is, if they're going to bring in Unicron, I'm just thinking they've just revealed everything. They've just literally revealed everything. So Unicron is not the big bad threat in this film, okay? And Scourge, while he is the main villain, I think there's something bigger. That's my speculation right here. This is what I'm here to talk about in this video. I'm speculating that there's something else that we're not seeing. Unicron is just a teaser for kind of bringing the fans back in, okay? And because Transformers last night left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, so they got to do something to redeem itself. And this is that movie right here. This is it right here, bringing Unicron in, and also what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that it's actually hiding another thing. Okay, we saw Scourge, we saw Unicron. It's hiding a thing, okay? I think they're being really, really smart about the marketing. I think that Paramount and, the producers, Lorenzo de Bonaventura, Stephen Cable Jr., they're not going to reveal everything in these first two trailers or even the TV spots. There is something else bigger out there. I'm not saying bigger, but it's something definitely bigger than Scourge but smaller than Unicron that we're not being shown. I mean, when we saw the second trailer, it showed this big battle with all these Scorponauts, okay? There is something else. Like, you're obviously not going to show all the scenes of the big battle, but they've given us a really big and good idea of what's going to take place in the battle, and it's going to be huge. And it's a very robot-centered battle. You know, no military. This is going to be something that's like robot on robot fighting, right? But who is the big bad big guy? Okay, so just like in Transformers Last Night, remember there was something called Infernicus. Okay, so I think there's actually an Infernicus style Terracon or Predacon, if you will, in this film. I think there's going to be like he could be a combiner, but there's going to be something big. You know, obviously I could be totally wrong, but this is just my theory and speculation that one of the big surprises in this film is not Unicron. Okay, the big surprise is actually, and I'm just going to throw this out here, Predaking. I know, I just say it. I just say it. Some people think, oh man, Alex, you're crazy. Stop starting rumors. But this is not a rumor. This is just what I think is going to happen. And I think there's going to be a big bad guy. You know, in Revenge of the Fallen, it was Devastator. In the third film, it was Shockwave and his driller. In the fourth film, it was Lockdown Ship. In the fifth one, they brought in Infernicus, but you know it wasn't really anything. Didn't really put up much of a fight. But in any case, I think that they learned from the Michael Bay films. They're not going to reveal everything in the marketing. They're going to leave a surprise, and there's going to be a you know. I don't think that they're gonna let it be like, oh, this is just a big Decepticon fight with a whole bunch of Scorponoks. You know what I'm saying? And mini Terracons. Like that's, you know what that'll give us? That's just gonna give us nothing but like just like you know, that we're just gonna see that all day. You know, I want to see the Autobots and Maximals plan and coordinate a fight against a big bad enemy, okay? And I'm pretty positive that Scourge, Nightbird, and Battletrap combined, not physically combined, but like as a team, you know, they're going to be really formidable opponents, okay? I think they're going to put up a really good fight, but you know, and bringing on a bunch of Scorponauts is obviously going to be a big fight as well. But once they take them all out, who are they going to fight? Or are they just going to, you know, repel Unicron? The thing is that I believe that it's the humans that are going to repel Unicron. I think that the humans, like, why do they even have to be in Peru? You know, why did the humans got to be in Peru? It's because they got something and they know how to activate something that repels Unicron. I mean, you know, why bring them there otherwise, right? Obviously, they're not going to help in the battle in any way, even though we see someone wearing a Mega Man suit. But I'm just saying that Elena and Noah do something to repel off Unicron. Okay, that's my theory. But as for the Autobots and Maximals, you know, it cannot just be them fighting, you know, regular sized robots. It's got to be something big. Stephen Cable Jr. has something big for us. You know, I know it sounds like I'm getting your hopes up, but that's just what I personally think. Take what you will out of it. But I don't think Unicron is the big bad villain in this film, the big bad antagonist. I think it's something else. I think it's a giant combiner, and I think it's going to be Predaking, just because of the theme of this film is, you know, Predacons and Terracons, mostly Terracons, but they did mention that Predacons are going to be in this. So yeah, it's going to be a big surprise, and if I'm right, I'm like, phew. But I'm just doing the math, okay? I'm just putting everything together. Like why reveal Unicron so early? Okay, it serves one purpose, to bring the fans in, okay? But if you reveal Unicron, you've just revealed everything. All right, that's the biggest reveal. So just there is something that is a surprise for us. I believe it's going to be a Predacon combiner, and that's Predaking, or something else, but just a big bad guy that the Autobots and Maximals are going to have a hard time defeating. I mean, there are 9 good guys, okay? 4 Maximals and 5 Autobots, and then 2 humans, right? So, I mean, 6 Autobots if you include Stratosphere. So, Stratosphere's a big guy. So, who do you think is going to fight, right? So that's 10 Autobots all together. I mean, 10 good guys all together. All right. So are they gonna waste 10 bad guys? I mean, 10 good guys just fighting Scorponauts? I don't think so. There's got to be something bigger. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this video. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Hope you guys got your tickets, and I'm gonna see you soon. Peace.